What is up, guys? This is a 2014 Ford Cmax Hybrid, and the customer complaint was car started to do a lot of unusual things, lights flickering, and eventually the car just died. So he thought a bad battery, and went and got a battery from Ford. Long story short, didn't think the battery was good and returned it. Got another battery, and same scenario. The car would run for not too long and it would just die. So I came to trying to diagnose this car. As you can tell, it was not an easy process even to get to the battery itself. Some of the fasteners are hidden under the back seat there, and the panels have, at least one side of the panels, inside panel, have to be removed before the battery cover, because there's another cover before this battery cover. That cover right there. Okay. Anyway, long story short, did some research online before I actually came to diagnose the car, just to, kind of familiarize myself with what's going on. So what I found out, it was a TSB, and basically it was a TSB in form of, not TSB, it was a fix in the form of a video, short video. And the technician basically said a couple of things we need to check. Basically, it was there's a fuse at the battery on the positive side. There's a big fuse. I think it's 150 ampere. So we'll check that fuse. Very easy test. You can just go to ground, and you will check your powers on all these different heads, basically, to make sure these two wires being fed power. So that checked out. He spoke about another 170 ampere or 75 ampere, and for some reason I was unable to locate that fuse. I'm not even sure where that fuse actually is. So anyway, and the other check that we had to do was actually at the this is what they call the DC-DC converter. In the diagram, this is actually supposed to basically charge the auxiliary battery. This is supposed to be doing this device right here. This device right here is supposed to basically is in control of that device. This is the BECM, a battery ECM, right? So it sits right on top of it. When you flip it, then you got the DC-DC converter. That's the name of this device right here. So the next check we had to do is make sure we had power coming to this terminal right here. And by the way, while we're doing this measurement, we need to remove the hybrid battery. So we're gonna, basically, very simple operation. You'll take this tab out, and then you will just pull the latch. Sorry guys, just pull the latch all the way out, and then twist it like this. Just pull it out. Okay. So this is how they want you to do the test with this hybrid battery disengaged, and you check for battery voltage here. And if you have battery voltage here, then you go on a scanner under DC-DC module. Actually, now I'm sorry, but I won't be able to show you that. But anyway, under DC-DC module, you're looking for DC to DC voltage converter status. At least on my tool. On your tool, it may be under a different name. But the bottom line is you're looking for basically the enable condition, meaning like this device, the BECM, is sending the signal through this green wire that you see right here. If you want to scope it out, you can scope it out, but you can see it on this computer. So I don't think you need to do any type of scoping here. But if you would choose to, you can scope the green wire, and to see that this BECM is telling this one to wake up. And then at that point, when you start the car, of course you got to put the EV battery back. Battery switch back and everything else. Put it back on. Then when you do start the car, immediately you should check for increased voltage here. Basically meaning that this device is actually now trying to do its job, which is to charge up the auxiliary battery. And if you don't see any increase in battery voltage when the car is on from this terminal right here, you can, and then again in your scan data, you see that this BCM was enabling this to happen, meaning the signal from the BCM is getting there. Then at that point, diagnosis is over. You're going to probably need a DC-DC converter. So this is how the gentleman explained it. I mean, I don't know if I can show it to you quickly there. If you ever run into this issue, I haven't now, fixed it yet. I just finished the diagnosis. I'm going to submit what I found to the customer, but this is basically what it is. His name is right there, Lynn Nolan, and this is the number that you're looking for. So there you go, and that's the video. I'm on my cell phone, so the internet is not that fast, and I'm in the garage. The reception is not very good. Otherwise, I will let you listen to this 2 and almost 3 minute video. But he linked all of the wiring and everything else. Again, I was unable to find the 175 ampere, that he was referring to. But I know I was getting voltage at this terminal right here, battery voltage. So with my lead to power, from here to ground at the battery, I was getting battery voltage there. So I felt like, I didn't need to move any further, check anything else, because if I can get power here, I'm pretty sure there's no open anywhere else in the circuit. So I'm safely going to assume that, this battery DC-DC converter charger is faulty at this point. Anyway, I'm going to talk to the customer. We're going to try to figure out how much this thing costs, and we're trying to get one. And if we do get the job, then I'll come back and let you guys know what transpired. All right. Well, boys, this is after maybe 2 months. Car's been sitting here. Owner finally bought the part. I'm sorry I didn't film the install process or the removal of the part itself. It was very kind of easy peasy, just a couple bolts. So the new one is installed right now, and I just started it. I put temporarily everything back on, just started. Let's check the charging voltage now. There you go. So there you have it. Diagnosis conclusive. I got to thank service information, because otherwise, honestly, I'm not sure I would have been able to diagnose this issue. I'm sure if you took it to any other shop, they would have possibly replaced the entire battery assembly, but it was only that particular part, which is basically the alternator side of this entire situation. So now customer can enjoy his car again, and yeah, beautiful. I'm happy. It's been a while, but I'm happy.